Good evening, good evening, good evening. There's three there, apparently. Good evening, all. Well, decent weekend, decent week and weekend. Got some shizzle done, got a video posted. I've been struggling for a few weeks, what with health and time-wise and work. I've been struggling to post a video, but managed. Managed to put one out, and I'm in the middle of another. For me die cast, I've not not posted on there for ages. I'm gonna have to paint some eyebrows on. I'm getting old, I've lost my eyebrows. Probably paint one on at a quizzical angle. Hang on. Well, we'd answered, so what did I do to people? What's the stick? Good evening, Mick. How you diddling? And good evening, Ian. Good to have you along. Just doing some stuff there. I was just saying in the die-cast and modelers community, I've hunted all week for a wood grain effect paints I had, and no, Mick, it isn't empty. There we go, where is it? Get the light on it. There you go, wood grain. I found it, and no, it isn't empty, it's absolutely full. No, I lost the steering wheel, but I've found that again now. So I'm almost there with me paint it blue. That's the interior. Hang on. That's the interior so far. I made a gear lever out of a corgi axle. I cut the end bit off and drilled an hole and put it in. So it just needs the wood rim doing on the steering wheel and with her. The engine bay's all but finished. Where are we? Yeah, the engine bay's all but finished. The wheels are. It'll be nicer when you see it in videos, Ian. When you see it in the video, it's a beaut. My camera on here doesn't do the colour or the stuff justice. I've been doing some bare metal foil today for the chrome. made my own bare metal foil, and that doesn't do it justice, but the metallic on the car is gorgeous. I can't move. Hang on, move it a bit further away. The metallic is beautiful. Altogether, it's gorgeous. I've been teaching me. I made myself some homemade bare metal foil, and I've been teaching myself bare metal foiling. It's not perfect. I'll probably take some of it off. In fact, there's some falling off. I didn't think it'd stay long on bumpers, but I can paint them. That's no big shakes. If it comes to it, I can paint them. In fact, I probably will do now. That's good. Every other one stops on, but that one corner. Never mind. Never mind. Where are we? So, what has everybody been up to this weekend? Anything good? Oh, cool. Excellent. Which, which year have you done, Ian? Yeah, which year of Corvettes have you done? Mind you, if it's a... You can't really go wrong with Corvettes until you reach the 90s, late 80s, 90s. And then they started going. Not a fan after that. But 50s, 60s, 70s, and early 80s Corvettes. 63, well, that's obviously mine's a 63. Beautiful car. 63 boat-tailed Corvette. They were gorgeous. We all did them for PJ's build as well, though. He did Corvettes, didn't he? So, yeah. It's been a Corvette sort of year this year. In fact, while I'm talking, let's have a look. Got a Vallejo paint set. The other, not as if I don't already have plenty of Vallejo paints. But for doing me wood effect steering wheel, that one there, I'll be into that. Cork effect. Actually doing some modelling while we're online. Happy days. Where's my wet palette? Oh, I really takes myself off. I'd lose me balls if they weren't in a bag. Oh, hang on, wait a minute. Did I? No, perhaps not. Don't matter anyway, I won't need a wet palette. I'll just stitch it out on a dry palette. That'll do. That's all I need. Put it back in. It's that thin, this steering wheel. Might not particularly get the full effect, but we'll give it a go. We'll give it a go. Oh, fuck. Take the steering wheel out the car. Sorry about that, I just got paint on me knob. There we go. Just lost me out of. Hang on. There we go. Painting the steering wheel while I'm looking for what anybody wants to say on the chat. Oh, mate, it were unreal. I've been looking all week for me wood effect paint. And when I finally found it, I lost my steering wheel. You can't make shit like that up. Oh, excellent, sapphire and steel. Oh, Joanna. Oh. You know, I could just sit in a room with Joanna Lumley and I could just listen to her talk all night. I'd probably get off on that. Because she's so beautifully spoken. We don't get many English voices like Joanna's anymore. Clear-cut crystal voices. It's all, yeah, all right. Do you like me new tattoos? Personally, I ain't gonna lie. I'd rather sleep with Popeye. Oh yeah, Joanna Lumley. Oh, I've had a thing about Joanna Lumley all my life. From New Avengers days. Absolutely stunning girl. And the voice and She walks proper, deports herself proper, everything. Everything about her. But I also like women in blue. So when she did Sapphire and Steel, mind blown. What are you up to, Mick? Are you building anything? Well, 63 Citroen, cool. Whose is that one, Mick? Is it Corgi Dinky? Oh, cool, Ian. I might make, but I'm seeing, I think black square decals do the decal. And I've got a TR7, so I might make Purdy's TR7. Because I've always wanted it. I'm not bothered if it's boxed or anything. I can respray it and whiz the decal on happy days. Because I've already done one TR7. They're quite easy to do. And I think I've got a complete good condition one. Oh yeah, I know the one you mean. The Citroen DS, isn't it? Corgi Citroen DS. I like them. It must be one of Corgi's that they made the most of. Because they did it in a few different guises. They did it in a normal one with a normal roof rack. They did it with skis on, and they did an Olympics one, a mountain rescue one. They got a few different disguises. They did a safari one as well. But mainly the Citroen, it ended up as a skiing car and Winter Olympics car for some reason. But yeah, Steed's Range Rover. That'd be easy enough to make up, wouldn't it, Ian? Just get a normal Range Rover and paint it, I presume. '64 year I was born, Mick. '64 Olympics. I do want to do a Citroen into '64 Olympics because of my birth year. It would be nice to have one. Amazed I never had one when I was a kid, really, for '64 Olympics. It's one of them things you don't really think about. Right, now then, let's have a look what brush I want to apply my wood grain. That one will do. Few bristles spread out everywhere. Now then, guys and girls. Inappropriate imitation. Sir Jimmy of the Savile. Right. Here we go. And the crowd went, oh. Right, that's good. Hang on. Here we go. I'm going in. Wish me luck, boys. Ah, for the mucker. That's as much as I'm going. I didn't think it'd work that well on that, but that'll do. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Just let that dry, then I'll glue it in. Yeah, it was a nice model. I like the feature where you can fold the rear seats down. That's a pretty cool feature on it, really. You know, the engineering they put into the features on Cargi. Dinky were more rough and ready, but the engineering that went into Cargis, they were amazing. And it were proper worked out engineering, not just Dinky were a bib and braces approach. Corgi were fine engineering. Dinky had some nice stuff like, but Corgi, for features, run rings round Dinky. Like the limousine with the working TV. That must have been pamphlet and excitement for kids. But yeah, they did some. When you look at stuff now and compared to years ago, it's shit now. I'd hate to be a kid interested in toy cars now. Because what's your main thing? Hot Wheels. Past Hot Wheels, you've not a lot of choices. And let's be honest, they all come from China now. I think what's it called? I think Siku's the only one that's held on to making them in their own country. I'm pretty sure Siku's still German. But yeah, the model railway exhibition I went to at Lee on Saturday, fantastic. It's always a good exhibition. Really, really good. It is. It's a really, really good exhibition, Lee. It's got a beautiful mix, all different interests for every person. It got interest for everyone. I bought another locomotive. Teenage Arrow. Yeah, it's a shame, really. Dinky was such a good British company based in Liverpool. Dinky and McKay. It had years of tradition behind it because it was Meccano. They did the original Hornby there in Binns Road in Liverpool. I forget what it was now, but I looked up what lines did originally that were the original Triangle group, and they did. I forget what it was, but they did wartime supply. I'll look it up now. I'll have a look. It's interesting me now. Got me interested. Yeah. Yeah, Lyons brothers, they started off triang, but during the war they made Sten submachine guns. Good evening, Raymond. No, Dinky weren't 164. 132nd. Not 132nd. 147. Not 140. 143rd. Although Dinky did do some Hornby die casts in model railway scale, which were 176. They did make them for model railway under the Hornby Dublo name. They did a few for on model railways. They made the die cast cars. Good evening, Valleys. Good to see you. Good to see you. What's PJ? Yeah, God knows. What have we been up to, Valleys? Anything good? Cool. Excellent. I've only run two all weekend. I tested my purchase from the model railway show. And I run me. I already had the LMS 264 tank. So I bought the British Railways version to go with it. Yeah, no rush, Ian. I'll be on for quite a bit yet if you want to go and sort your mum out and stuff. I'm never in a rush. If there's plenty on and we chat in it, it's all good. You can pop in and pop out and pop back in when you want. They're very underrated, Raymond. Some of the original ones Hornby got, they got the design from Fleischmann. In fact, some of the original motors on Hornby were Fleischmann motors. And Fleischmann is outstanding quality. I'm thinking of doing a real coal loads video for a shortish one. I got a piece of coal off one of the trains at East Lancs the other week. I asked one of the drivers and firemen for a piece so I can smash it up and use for real coal loads. If you know which gears you're looking for, there are people on eBay sell the gears separate. I bought some for, oh, where's it gone now? There's a body around here somewhere. There's a body around here somewhere. There we go. One of them I'm doing. A Lima, one of them. In fact, I should spray that and get on with that video. That'll only be a short one. I've got the Great Western decals for it. I've got the metal number plates. I should just get on and do it. I don't know about gears. I've found people in this country selling them, Raymond, on eBay. No, the original one, Raymond, the original pancake motor, the ring field, was from Fleischmann. They were in the metal chassis class 47, the original class 47 Armby had. They had a Fleischmann designed motor in them. It was an Armby that came from Fleischmann. Fleischmann. I love Lima stuff. It's fantastic, Raymond. Very underrated stuff. In fact, I bought one the other day. I've got nameplates ready to go on it. Class 87. I bought that the other week. Cracking little runner. So that's going to be a video. It's going to be, I might do that tomorrow. Give it a service and name plates. I've got the City of London plates for it. So put the name plates on, service and weather it. They were a nice looking 87, and it's really well made. Like, unlike Lima, the body's normally snap on. This one screws on. It's a really well made loco. Nice weight to it as well. So I'll probably do a bit of painting, weathering, and put the plates on that, service it. That'll make a video. But yeah, some of the stuff Armby does, Lima did. Like you say, Armby bought them out to get the mouldings for the locos. Because let's be honest, before Armby bought Lima out, the diesels were awful. Well, it's unfair to say awful. They were what they were. They were a toy that you could detail up, and so they were what they were, Armby. And they were made rough and ready. But Lima were far better than Armby. When they got the opportunity, they bought them out so they could get a good diesel fleet. Because the amount of British diesels that Lima did, and damn good ones. Good evening, Andy. Good to see you, fella. Oh, hell, Lima. I used to work, basically, I worked in a model shop that did model railways in the mid-90s. It was on East Lancs Railway. They did a model shop there, and Lima, they were bringing stuff out every week. I'm not kidding. Pete Waterman brought out Guy Fawkes and Lady Godiva, and Lima had brought them out within a couple of months of him launching them. Yeah, I've got a warship. That the only thing I could fault the warship on, it was a nice model, nice motor and that, but the pins that held the body on snapped off. I've got one that needs repairing, and that's another one. I've got the plates and numbers for renaming it and renumbering it. Yeah, they did two. They did two. They did both of the Waterman 47s valet. They did Lady Godiva and Guy Fawkes. So they did the pair of them he had. But yeah, I can't count. I like the continental stuff, Lima do. So I've got quite a bit of the continental stuff. I've got loads of the British stuff. I don't think I've got South African yet. I've got a couple of New Zealand locals. And they're not Lima, they're Friteschi. Friteschi makes some beautiful locals, but they're not cheap. They do South American, mainly Brazilian stuff. Oh, the stuff Lima did back in the day. It's beautiful stuff. The modern stuff now that they're doing's beautiful. It ain't cheap though, because mostly you have to import it. I think it's Friteschi that do the GAN gift set, the Australian GAN. They do the gift set for that. That's a nice set. They did indeed. They did Irish. The thing was, it was a class 33, and they painted it in the. If you squinted, it were passable as the Irish logo. Hornby's actually done. Hornby's had a set recently. They did a train set with all the wagons in Irish Railways livery. One of the cheap 040 sets. But I want to get hold of a Murphy's Models locomotive, because they're proper. They do look the business, but they ain't cheap. They ain't cheap. Me local model shop had one, and I asked them about it, and I said, how much are you asking for it? And he told me, and I said, oh, I forget that for now. Yeah, they're damn good. I've not got any so far, but I'm after some Electra Tren. Ah, cool. Yeah, I've got a couple of Pico. I should do a video on that. You know, the Pico warships. Well, the East German warships. One has a normal cab, like a warship, and the other has the Ford Anglia sort of front window. Yeah, they like the V200. The East German version of the V200. One has a normal sloped window, and the other model has like a Ford Anglia sloped inward window, if you will. They're nice models. Yeah, that'll be it. They did it in two versions, though. As far as I can tell, the window is the only difference. But I've got mine boxed. I got the pair of them in a one deal thing, and I'm not saying what I got them for because I stole them off him. To be fair, they're an unusual motor in them, but the actual weighting on them, a lot of the interior's metal, so they have a good heft to them for hauling. They're a cracking outlook, although I love them. That's another video I could do on the pair of them. Oh yeah, they're expensive, aren't they, Pico? They're damn good quality though. They're absolutely excellent quality. Being honest, the quality pisses all over Armby. And I'm presuming they're still made in. Well, you can't call it East Germany now, it's Germany. Yeah, Pico aren't cheap though. But yeah, the quality on Pico pisses all over Armby's piss poor quality. I don't know why a lot of people still say modern Armby's good. You can't work on them. They design them so you can't work on them, and when they stop running, you have to buy another. Yeah, it's a shame everybody's going to China, and it's not improving quality. Just because you get lots of detail and, like, what do you call it? They run smooth at first. As the old saying goes, you can't polish a turd, but you can roll it in glitter. Infinitely better. The quality on the one I have is fantastic quality. Simple, robust, well engineered. It'll still be going when they've thrown the new armbies in the bin. The problem I have now is a lot. You get people go to exhibitions, and what they don't realise, for your everyday model railway at home that you're running all the time and everything, you don't want all the every single last intricate detail. You're getting into exhibition quality. And the thing is, with exhibition quality, you have blokes that are, well, they didn't used to be plastic. They're trying to make it all in plastic now, and it's too fragile. The old boys used to solder brass together, and it was sturdier. It was still fragile, but it was sturdier than the plastic. Yeah, Hornby aren't what they used to be either, Raymond. The Hornby I bought today is one of the old Hornby UK. It had the old Triang motor in it, or a derivative of it, and it was basic engineering. And it's second hand, put it on my track, and it had a couple of little stutters at first, but to be fair, I don't know how long that sat in a box. It could have been sat in a box for 10 years and not run, so it's just bedding itself in again. Yep, I've got a few lifelikes, Raymond. I've got a few of them I lifelike. I've got a few I'm going to be restoring. No, I don't think it's a lifelike. I have a bicentennial loco, but I don't think that's a lifelike. Yeah, they get slated by some, but for everyday layouts and you're running, they just do what you want them to do. And they're simple to strip, clean, and get running again. These modern day armbies, strip them down and you'd struggle to get parts for them. Because they're Chinese and they get the models, but they don't import the parts. Yeah, it seems the more you pay for stuff, the worse deal you get. Tyco slot cars. That were going back a bit. Some good fun they were. They were great fun then. Kids today, they don't know what they're missing. But that's the problem as well with model railway. Like kids, if they're starting up now, they're not. Modern day, it's not like us when we were kids. We'd be interested in any old local or whatever. Kids today now, they've got to have, a lot of them have got to have the top of the range and all this, that, and just get a local and get it running. Unreal, isn't it? It is. It's probably. Oh, hey up. What's that? Oh, God knows. Oh, do you know? Yeah. Where is it? I've put it up here somewhere. Ah, is that it? There we go. I've done a bit on it since. There we go. You can't make it out brilliant with that light. It's a bit too bright, really. There we are, that's a bit better tilted away from it. But the pencils I use, Nathan, I use Swiss pencils. Where are they? I use Swiss pencils, Caran d'Ache, and I use the Prisma watercolours. Prismacolor, I think they're called. I've just bought a tin of them because that's what's left of my black one. So I've just bought another tin of them for basic colours that you run out of first. But yeah, they're good pencils. And what can I say? What techniques can I use? I do rubbing with fingers, I do erasing. I've got a stub somewhere for blending colours together. A stump or whatever. There's one of them. I've got a proper pencil sharpener. And to get a good point on it, I use a bit of sandpaper. Well, that's wet and dry, but I use a bit of sandpaper to put a point on. Just the usual tricks, like. Hiya, you alright, Ian? Oh, get them used. Get them used, Raymond, that's what they're there for. You can replace them individually, as and when you run out. They're not meant to sit in a box. You don't learn anything from them sat in a box. I also do oil painting and acrylic painting. Hang on. Can I get it out easy enough? I think so. Without disturbing too much. I've still not got round to finishing that one. Well, that's an acrylic painting I'm in the middle of. Like, there we go. Few units, and that's in acrylics. It's still not finished though. I should get on with it and finish it. I know what. Oh, I've got loads. I used to be in an aviation art society, and I've won the month. Well, they had a comp every 3 months, and I got my name on the trophy once. Came second twice. Like, done well really with them. At the moment, there we go. Beautiful. Just put the steering wheel in my Corvette. So had the wood effect done on it. So that can go inside now. I'm getting close. Oh, don't put it in yet. I've still to do my tail lights and exhausts. Then I can call it finished. That's me paint it blue finished then. Thank God. It's been a long-term project. But the paint works nice. In fact, the paint works beautiful. But close to completion. Thank God I'm fed up of seeing it now. You know, I'm not going to lie, Nathan. You want paper with a bit of tooth on it. You don't want it smooth. But you know what? I don't worry. I just pick anything up and colour on it. You see, coloured pencils is only about my third line of what I use. My first love is oil painting. Second, acrylics. Third choice, I do coloured pencils, 4th watercolours. But them pencils, they're good because you can use them as a watercoloured pencil. Ron Lines, tell me what this things is. Yeah, Raymond, I just use anything. I don't worry what I colour on and stuff. I'm trying to remember where my book is now, where I've put all my drawings in. I've got a book somewhere with all my drawings in. I could have shown you some of them if I could remember where it was. Ah, get your online, yeah, that's been going on. There were a couple of cracking Engage layouts at Lee Model Railway Show this weekend. Engage it's progressed so far nowadays. Absolutely fantastic. I was amazed at one the other week. Leyland, there were a guy there. He had a Z gauge American layout. That were outstanding. Because it was Z gauge, he could model the open spaces better. Yeah, they had one, the N gauge at Lee the other day when I was watching it. What we on Sunday, yesterday it was, when I went. And it was a big estuary and an island in the middle of the estuary sort of thing. With a lighthouse, it had the bridge going across. It was a fantastic model. Gives you more if you're making a big exhibition layout, then's fantastic because you can model big wide open spaces if you're doing I'm presuming it were modelled off meant to be Wales somewhere. But they even had the cable car coal bucket idea. They even had that on it. It was amazing. Excellent, Raymond. I have mostly American then. I'm going getting a tin of drink. Talk amongst yourselves for a moment. I'll be back in a more. Ow. Ow. There we go, back again. Ah, Matlock Bath, a beautiful place in the world. I've just got rid of my big bike, Ian, so I've been over Matlock Bath. The fish, the fish pond is a beautiful place for lunch. They do an outstanding Sunday dinner. Arnold are good. Arnold's a really cracking old make. Cool. Cool kits. Are they still in Matlock Baths, Laters? Ian, are they still there? But yeah, Cato's meant to be good stuff, isn't it? Excuse me. Must have been devastating. I bet that was a nice set, Raymond. I'm pretty sure I've seen it. Maybe wrong. Yeah, they probably moved on. I think they're still going, but they'll probably moved. Do some good, decent stuff. Especially the plastic card for scratch building. Ugh. I'm just tinkering around. Excellent stuff, Ian. It's getting closer all the time. Yeah, it's getting closer. Just the tail lights and exhaust to complete now. Then glue it together, and it's a done deal. Me paint it blue's done for another year. She's an absolute beauty. There you go. Happy days, Ian. Anything can happen in the next half hour. Fantastic days. Blop, 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 blop. Blip, 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 blip. I might put me exhausts on that tonight. Put me exhausts on and me tail lights, and I think I'll call it done. Marina, Aquamarina. God, we used to watch that. I used to love Stingray. Fireball XL5. Used to like that as well. Robbie the Robot. Ah. Never saw Andromeda, Raymond. I didn't really see a lot of Star Trek. I'm not really a big sci-fi fan. I can understand it for those that do like it, but I'm someone that prefers watching factual stuff and true stories and that. I'm more intrigued by that than fantasy, if you get where I'm going with it. I like historical stuff. I never saw any of Torture. I've heard a lot about him, Ian, but I never knew anything. I suppose I don't know whether it had been something like Jamie and his magic torch or whatever. Yeah, that's pretty good, Raymond. CSI and Law and Order and them. They're good. I like stuff like that. It's like factual how it would happen if something happened. Yeah, there's so much that's fascinating about reality. I don't get into sci-fi. I can never get fed up a bit exploring reality. I, I still watch Kojak Valleys. Who loves you, baby? I still watch him with his Buick Regal. He's on ITV 4 daytimes. If I look after one of patients, and if he's asleep, I put it on. If he's awake, I'll put something on for him. But if he's asleep, I'll watch Kojak and the Professionals and Minder. Bloody hell, I work in hospital, can't stand the sight of them. I'm glad to get home after a day there. I don't want to watch it on telly as well. Looking, bloody hell. Let me think what would have been big. Let me think what would have been big in 76 for Corgi. That's the year. You'd have had Starsky and Hutch and Kojak then, so I wouldn't be surprised if the adverts had Starsky and Hutch and Kojak. Because they did the large scale and they did the juniors as well. The juniors were, well, really, Corgi juniors were husky. Compared to the large size corgis, they were only cheap. I've not found anywhere that reruns Starsky and Hutch. The widely accredited, the best. I think it's on YouTube as well. The best one of all of them to watch is when Hutch ends, I forget the name of the episode, but it's when Hutch ends up an addict. Well, no, Raymond, they weren't. Corgi large size were better quality than Matchbox, but Corgi Juniors were worse quality than Matchbox. They were a cheaper, in general, they were a cheaper make. They used plastic bases, where Matchbox used metal bases. Oh, he'll be wetting himself, Ian. He will, he'll be wetting himself. It was good. What I used to do, my Saturday used to consist of, when I was a kid, especially winter, I'd go and watch Bellevue Aces Speedway. Then I'd get home in the evening just in time for Starsky and Hutch to start. Or if I wanted to watch the other channel, Starsky and Hutch with BBC. And if they weren't running Starsky and Hutch, Tales of the Unexpected were usually on ITV. That was Saturday nights for you back then. My friend had one of the real ones, Raymond. Lotus Esprit. You know, I love some of the ones they make. I watched one the other day, a video. I nearly cried for him. A guy, he actually crashed a remote control helicopter, and it were about 90 grand's worth. He was a big, large scale one, and it had twin jet engines in it. Well, twin turbine engines. And it were a huge scale heli. I think he were about quarter scale looking at it. And he tried taking it off, and it toppled on takeoff, rotors hit ground, and it tore itself to pieces. I'd have been devastated. Ah, that was Saturday afternoons, valleys. I used to go on the market shopping with my mum. Maybe go into bingo for a bit. And then she'd come home in time for wrestling on telly. Rollerball Rocco, Giants Haystacks, Big Daddy, Kendo Nagasaki. Oh, happy days. It's devastating. The first guy who started that large scale model aircraft used to live near me. He was the first one that had a record breaking record sized model aircraft. And he built a big 4-engine Lancaster bomber. And he needed a Luton van to transport it. And its first flight ever, its maiden flight, the van were parked at side of runway, and he started his takeoff run, and it swerved to one side and hit the van, ripped one of the wings off and everything. But he used to live near me, and it was well accomplished. He was the first one to fly these really large radio control aircraft. He also built, I think they're still in his own shop if it's still there. I think he's passed away, but I think his son still has it. And they were in his warehouse hung up in rafters. But he also built a Vulcan bomber, large scale, and that had 4 jet engines. Oh, God, yeah. Dickie Davis. Hey. He had it on head up here. What was that about? A little wiggle of white at front. What was that about? When we were kids, if you had a mate called Davis, they always got called Dickie. He were a rite of passage. All your mates called Davis, you used to call Dickie. My mate called John, we used to call him Dickie. Although me dad were more subtle. He called him Mavis Davis. Because he were a bit effeminate. He wasn't gay, but he were definitely effeminate. Well, I'll be honest, looking back, and it's funny how you look back at things. I say he wasn't gay. I never ever saw him with a girl. Yeah, that's true. Oh, I was watching. There's a guy and he does all the spoofs of the pop stars. He does Freddie and the Dreamers, Queen, Freddie Mercury. He does. Oh, he does Dylan, the Bee Gees. But he did Ozzy Osbourne and Paranoid. Oh, see if you can find it. He does a spoof as Ozzy Osbourne singing Paranoid. Oh, that's funny. What were one of the lyrics? They say 1 in 4's a moron. Hang on, how does it go? They say 1 in 4's a moron. If you look around and can't agree. Oh, how does it go? I'll not do that one. I'll do another one. Because the other one's funnier. My mate wanted plastic surgery on his face, so I lent him 50,000. I want the money back, but I don't know what the fucker looks right now. Or the opening line that makes you realise where he's going with the full song. Sharon's bedroom is really bright, 'cause she's scared of the dark at night. I walked round the other day in the nude, now she's scared of the fucking dark. Now she's scared of the fucking light, sorry. Oh, Dick Emery. You know, there was so much stuff. There was so much stuff years ago that they won't show now, and it's 100% better than it is now. Hey, I was reading some stuff today, and it's the first time I've heard it, but it's true. It come from David Jason. David Jason was the original Corporal Jones in Dad's Army. He was the guy they picked. David Jason, they picked him to play Corporal Jones, but he played him for 1 hour, and the guy went, no, it's not right, and sacked him. So the original Corporal Jones for Dad's Army was David Jason. But he didn't gel in it, so they sacked him. And also, what was the other one? He was picked on something else famous for the lead role, and I think he turned it down, or they said, no, we don't want him. It's amazing, you think, bloody hell, all the stuff. But yeah, could you imagine David Jason? Don't panic, don't panic. Yeah, amazing stuff. I'm trying to remember what the other one was. It was a really famous role and he turned it down or got refused for it. Yeah, and you'd think, bloody hell, he'd take that, but no. Didn't always guess. Miniature Wonderland, I'd love to go there. I bet that's an awesome day out. Miniature Wonderland. Dave Allen, he was awesome. I love Dave Allen. He was one of the comedians of my childhood. They just don't have the class they used to have. Today's comedians, by comparison, I was going to say I'm not being blunt, but I will be. This shit. Not meaning to be horrible. Well, they are the crap compared to who we had. When you look at the comedians we had, striptease on the steps of the Vatican, of all the places. This is going to be entertaining. Trying to get the lights back into me vet. Think I put them in upside down. Try that way around. Oh, motherfucker. Oh, God, yeah. Hell yeah, Ian. I couldn't have lived with this set of I couldn't have lived with this set of miserable bastards, that's for sure. The modern day ones. They're not happy, this lot, nowadays, unless they're getting offended by something. I think the chief joy is to wake up in the morning to get offended by something. They're a sad set of individuals. Good job they didn't grow up with us. We would have offended them. People I grew up with were brutal. 100%, Mick. 100% attention seekers. I joined in a conversation today and it was about Lenny Henry. And even him now, he's going, oh, the early stuff I did were offensive. It were racist. Doing all the crying. I thought, you know something? Lenny Henry hasn't been funny since Tiz was. That was the last funny thing Lenny Henry did. Apart from that, he's been a tedious pleb. It didn't help when he met that, what do you call it, Dawn French. She was another that weren't funny, usually overrated. She had that Vicar of Dibley, but to me it were the rest of the cast that were funny, she weren't. She had some really good classic comedians in the cast. We're there. I don't think she'd have been anywhere near as funny without them. Richard Pryor. Oh, you've hit one of my favourite ones there, Raymond. Absolutely loved Richard Pryor. See, the thing is with Richard Pryor, though, as well, Richard Pryor was brought up knowing what an hard life was. He was brought up with an exceptionally hard life, Richard Pryor, and he made the most of it. Damn sure he made the most of it. Yeah, I remember that one, Ian. Trevor McDonald in with him. But, you know, once they start going, oh, I'm offended, it was racist what I did back then, it was, oh, fuck off and knock it off. You're just making yourself look a dick. It was funny, but they just start making themselves look dicks when they start on these crusades. Oh, I was offensive, I was racist, I was this, so cry, or behave. You were funny. You're just getting a tedious prick now. Well, that's not wanting to go in. So we'll try switching sides. Yeah, you listen to them though, and some of them, they're all jumping on bandwagon now. You know that, and you know something. I never saw anything he did as being racist. He was just humorous. He were just observations of his own culture. Nobody were upset at it by the time, and it was a different world. Just move on. If you don't want to tell them jokes now, you don't have to. But yeah, Charlie Williams. Oh, I loved him bits. I loved Charlie Williams to bits. He was fantastic. Hey up me flowers. He was fantastic, Charlie. Really down to earth guy. Well, he couldn't have been out else but down to earth. He was a miner, weren't he, originally? Bob Monkhouse were a severely underrated comedian. I mean, he got the work and everything, but he were severely underrated for his comedy. He was one of the fastest wits in comedy. You could give him a subject, and a split second after he'd have a joke for it. One of the fastest wits I've ever known, Bob Monkhouse. God damn it. Not Jesus, Norman Vaughan. Names that are coming up tonight. You know, most of the comedians today can't even come close to the class they had. The class, the speed, the humour. Yeah, I did like Norman Vaughan. You got you got so many though, Stan Boardman and all the ones on the comedians. But them guys, they made their way up through the clubs, and you had to be good. If you weren't good, they'd boo you off. If you weren't a good comedian, they'd see you off in seconds from the old clubs. Yeah, the wheel tappers and shunters and Phoenix nights and everything. They had the club's atmosphere spot on. I don't know how many actually went in the old-fashioned working men's clubs. But when they talked about them, the wheel tappers and shunters, that were one of the old. It was like that. They'll have to do. I'm not going to get it any better. Double diamond. Whoa. Some of the old drinks. What did Double Diamond do? See if you can remember. Yay! Spot on, Ian. Certainly did. Certainly did. Double diamond works wonders. Them whipped days. Yay, that's me exhausting. And there goes the votes of the Norwegian jury. There we go, that's out. Yeah, the Heineken. Certainly remember that. Not many people remember this one because it wasn't on long. But who remembers the Hofmeister advert with Freddie Starr on it when he went, does anybody want to buy a second-hand bubble car? Freddie Starr was fancy, he was nuts. He was absolutely nuts. Wasn't on the same planet as most. Yep, he certainly ate. Well, that one weren't fully true. He didn't eat at an hamster. He put it in his mouth, but he didn't actually eat it, to refer to him. Yeah, he never denied he put it in his mouth. Funny lad. Yeah, but he never actually ate it. Oh, yeah. The all-time number one, my favourite ever comedy sketch of all time is Freddie Starr football match. That is one of the funniest ones ever. They wouldn't put it on telly now, they'd consider it offensive. I don't know exactly where they get off this modern lot, but for offensive, I say funny as fuck. Yeah, exactly, Raymond. I'd hate to see this younger generation now, by the time they're 50, I bet they're all on antidepressants. They're one of the most miserable generations I've ever known. Doing a bit of dry brushing before this could all go Pete song. This could definitely go Pete song. Yeah, very slight difference. But yeah, so Freddie, when he did stuff, bless him. Such a sad end to his life through some bastard lying, dragging him in on something he weren't guilty of. Well, that's it. Calling me vet finished. Give it a polish and final shots on the rotisserie. And she's done. Whoa, 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 nice. In fact, what day are we on today? Oh, we're only on the 15th. I'm in time to send PJ some before and after shots. What it is, fellas, for those that don't know, I have another channel. I do die casts. I'm in a group for me die cast builds, but Department S with Jason King. I remember that well. What it is, I'm in a group that does die casts, and every year we do a paint it blue theme for Alzheimer's charity. We've raised £300 this year, I think, just over, to go to Alzheimer's charity. My entry, I've not done a die cast this time. I bought it as a trashed plastic model kit, one of the AMT model kits, the American kits, and he was a vet. He was trashed, and I wet and dried it down. There's about 10 different coats on that. I did a coat of primer, a coat of silver flake underneath, then the turquoise on top. I did about 3 coats of that. Then 2 coats of the blue underneath, the two-tone blue. I did a couple of coats of that in candy, and I added Cosmic Sparkle to the candy. You'll be able to see it in it there. I did Cosmic Sparkle, then it's had about 6 coats of automotive lacquer. So now, after I've assembled it, it's a case of polish it up and do its beauty shots. But there's a hell of a lot I've detailed in the engine bay. I've done detailing underneath, dry brushing and stuff, make the floor pan look decent. It's had all sorts. I've done extra wiring in the engine bay. I've done extra detail on the interior. I've done bare metal foil round the windscreen to give it chrome. I've done bare metal foil sills. Cheers, Ollie. Cheers, Ian, I mean, sorry. Wait till you see it on the beauty shots on my video. It's beautiful colours together, valleys. This camera doesn't do it justice. If you want to see it, look up me Pimp My Diecast channel. That's the one I do for the diecasts. It's linked in on this. It's linked in on this channel. So you'll see it in the next couple of days. I'll put video up. They were a gorgeous car. They were absolutely beautiful. The rag top's nice as well, valleys. They did a rag top of it. That's nice. Yeah, check it out, valleys. I have my diecast channels. I have some nice restorations. I have a lot of nice customs in there. I also do stuff like mammoths on it. I've got a collection of mammoths. I've done an old wartime searchlight toy. Restored that. If it looks amusing, I'll have a do at restoring it. I forget what it was called, the wartime one. It's up there somewhere. The searchlight one. I put the light bulb back in and everything. It is Raymond. They shut. Disgusting, really. He was forced out by a greedy landlord, and the building will probably sit empty now, unless they knock it down for modern HMO flats. It's disgusting. Disgusting state of affairs. The thing is, once all the industry's gone and knocked down for housing, where are them people going to work? It is now examiners, but they always used to be powered on meths. I've got the old meths burners. Why can't they go back to meths? Yeah, talk to you during week, Mick. Thanks for being along, buddy. But I've still got some ectomine somewhere. But the thing is, if I restore my Bolesco, what do I run that on? Because they didn't do meth burners for in a Bolesco. But you can get gas conversions for it. You can get gas conversions to run them on propane. Night, mate. Take care, buddy. Tatty pie. Yes. I think if I don't run mine, I can believe you, Raymond. Mama had a nice little steam loco. Well, who uses plastic on a boiler? It's all in China. It's all wrong, Ian. Because it's not. You buy stuff now and it's not quality you're buying. Because I repair and mend my own and I do it on video. And I can do the new ones, but it's too much like hard work. I prefer the old mechanisms because I've got one here. I bought it. I was going to cut it down for side frames, but I think I'll use a B unit. It's the old Atherm band drive. It's an A unit. But all that's missing, it just needs that part there. It needs another one of them. Where are we? Another one of them and the screw for that to hold that axle up and hold the shaft up. Then just the rubber bands for the drive. And I know now I've not tested it, but I know now I'll put that on the track and looking at the connections and everything, I know that'll run. Well, technically it won't, this one, because there's one of the actual carbon brush on it is missing. But if it had a carbon brush on there, that'd run. 100%. In fact, I'm wondering how close them carbon brushes are to an AHM. I'm going to cannibalise this for Spurs because I think them carbon brushes can be used on an old AHM motor I have. Now it's up with them. If it works, Raymond. By the thing is now, Valleys, an Airfix is doing it, and it's a shit trick. The Chinese are asking for a decent living wage, like we would have done. It's fair enough. Nobody wants to go out and work all week for a pittance. If you're working, you expect to have some of the finer things in life. And the Chinese are asking for it. And Hornby Group aren't happy with that. So they're moving the production now to India. So I wouldn't be surprised if the model locos follow suit. And it's not good news. The kits that are being built over in India at the moment, they're bad quality. The plastic, the transparencies haven't been good. I've not even looked. I bought a new kit the other week. This should be interesting. I bought a reasonably new kit and I've not had a look to see where it's manufactured yet. I bought that one last week. Be interesting to see if this one's come from India. Well, they're not getting the quality, they're just getting it. Yep, it is. It has made in the There you are. That's proof Hornby weren't getting a good enough deal off the Chinese. Hang on. Made in the UK and India. And to be honest, I think what Wheeler got, Wheeler probably done the pots of paint to that contribution. Vallis, whilst being incredibly racist, whilst being incredibly funny, that's probably a bit racist. So, fucking, it's funny. But yeah, I'll guarantee Hornby will follow suit with the trains. They'll move them from China to India. Because they struggle to get factory bookings in China at the moment, because they take them in slots. Like, say, oh, I want something like 1,000 Class 47s, and they'll give them a slot, and if they miss that slot, they have to wait again. Yeah, hey, yeah, I know, it's a factual thing. Have you seen that? I shouldn't laugh. It might not be on nowadays. They might have taken it down. But there was an Indian guy walking around on top of a train, and you just saw a big blue flash and he dropped down on fire. Only a fucking overhead electric train. He disappeared in a blue flash. Well, it's a bit false that it's not actually a blue flash. It was more you saw through him, he burned inside and it were orangey. But yeah, it was a bit gory. They were shouting, get down, and none of them were gonna touch him to try and pull him off in case he touched cable. They weren't that stupid. What's the potential difference, fellas? The potential difference between being alive and dead. Okay, oh shit, he was grisly. He lit up on the inside orange. The electric passed down in the middle of him. Hey, he were Kentucky fried. One of my friends has done that and survived. He said where it come out though, where it arced out, he said it blew a big hole in my arse. And not the one that were meant to be there. He had a huge hole in one of his arse cheeks where it found its way to ground. Kapow. He said I didn't know anything about it. He said I was knocked fully out. He were fishing and his mate were mithering. He were going, set roach ball up for me, set roach ball up for me. And he said, stop mithering me, and he mithered him and mithered him. So he set roach ball up, and he put it up like that as he was setting it up, and he touched the overhead wires. He said, Jesus, he said, I knew fuck all, I were out for about 2 weeks. He said, but one of the big electric bolts, he said, it went to ground through me arse and me calf. He said, I had an hole in me calf and an hole in me arse where the electric come out. Yeah, the thing is, it's not between 2 points. It's if you actually earth yourself and complete the circuit. You're all right. You can stand on as many volts as you want and hang off a wire until you ground yourself. And then that's like completing the circuit. But yeah, I'll never forget it. He cursed us for ages after that. It's funny. Anyway, I've been on for 2 hours 28. Oh, it is as well, Ian. I've done 2 hours 28 tonight. I want to finish filming me paint it blue thing. Do the beauty shots of me Corvette. And then chill out for a bit. So I think I'll be saying tatty pie for tonight, fellas. We've had a good old natter again. Nice to catch up with you now you're online, Ian. And I'm in work next week, so I won't be doing it next week. But maybe the week after. The next time I'm off, I'll do another one. Like I say, I'm sporadic. It's if I'm working or not, I'll do it if I'm not working. But if I'm working, I don't want to get in and be rushing to do a live feed. It gets too much, especially if I've had a really busy day in work. You get, oh, I can't be arsed with all this. But yeah, it's been good again, fellas. And all I'll say is, tatty pie, everybody. Tatty pie. Yeah, good night. Good for having you along, Ian. Be good to see you on next one, fella. Now you're all sorted out. Take care, Raymond. Take care, Valleys. Tatty pie. And I think that's it. Who's in at the moment? Right, night all. Tatty pie, lads. Oh, no. Cancel. End stream. Tatty pie.